Ducks will boot it away to start the game. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Using his legs to buy some time. Connection to the right. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. The Hogs getting it done through the air, evoking memories of Ryan Mallett. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the right. Not in lockstep there with the receiver. Sometimes a quarterback just needs to turn the ball loose. It was like he tried to guide that one in, and it disrupted the timing.
Yeah, and just like in basketball, when you shoot a shot, you start trying to aim it, you really miss. You know, quarterbacks, they got to quickly be able to recognize, do I need to fire it? Do I need to put a little air underneath it? And it's just a tough thing for a quarterback to be able to do, but over time, you see they have less and less mishaps like that.
And the pass hits, picked off. Takes it the other way. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. First down for this offense. From the gun. Give on the inside. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. They'll give it to the back. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Now they've moved it just inside the 40. First and 10 from the 39. He's going to pass. Got his man on the right. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. The Ducks will hustle to the line.
That's a really nice looking throw. When I think about the Ducks offense, I think about explosive plays, right? In the running game, but also in the passing game. I feel like if this team is...
Fires deep toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Oregon! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they cap things off with a scoring toss from 27 yards out. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
Defense came on the field with fresh legs, and here on just the second play of the drive, they're able to get a sack.
They've got them then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. They're just hoping to get a little breathing room for the punt. And they can't make the connection on third down.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception the last possession. You could tell breaking on the football really, really well, seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going to try to get it. Got another hand on it, almost had another interception.
The Razorbacks will call on their punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. They'll throw it on first down. He makes the connection. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
Wow, what an impressive-looking run. You think back to some of the greatest rushing offenses in the SEC in recent years. Remember that offense that had Darren McFadden and Felix Jones both in the backfield, sometimes taking wildcat snaps? Nobody could stop them. This dude, I think, could have broken his way into that rotation with his ability. This guy's sick.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Looking to throw on second down. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Quickly to the tight end. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too. Offense gets set for second down.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Open space at the 25. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And I love when defenses see pulling guards, because what you're supposed to do is run through immediately. If you're a linebacker, you see a pulling guard, I'm running through that gap. If you're a defensive lineman and that guard pulls in front of you, I run down the line.
Touchdown, Oregon! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
And I tell you what, this offense, man, we got a small sample size. We only had one game where they were unbelievable last game, but another score early in this football game. This offense is looking like a force to be reckoned with.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over. Move it behind you. Some players can't do that. And it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
And the incompletion brings up a second down. Jackson will throw. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary. And you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. He makes a catch. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, that was a dart right there. He's going to give Arkansas a chance because in the old days in the SEC, you had to run the football if you were going to win championships. Today, you better be able to get it done through the air. When you think of all the great play callers in this league and all the Heisman Trophy winners this league has seen at the QB position in recent years, you better be able to do it throwing the ball. This guy, I think, gives Arkansas a chance with his arm.
Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down. Looking to move it through the air. And the pass falls incomplete, and we are through 1 quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Oregon 21, Arkansas 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. And they can't make the connection. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Razorbacks will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game.
Running toward the tape. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They'll throw it on 1st down. They're trying to get to it. And he makes the catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Ducks! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone. This guy's putting the Oregon offense on his shoulders, carrying them however you want, on the ground or through the air.
I mean, so fun to watch when you got a guy that can do this. And we've seen it with the Ducks in history, man. They've had some great ones that put their team on their shoulders. You need me to run it, I'll run it. You need me to throw it, I can do that too.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Akron came away with the win today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks inside InfoCision Stadium had to sweat things out for much of the second half. Could have been better, but certainly could have been worse. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. They'll go to the ground. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. The Razorbacks want to move quickly. The give to the back. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? And the Razorbacks line up to punt it away. Hauls it in, looking for space. He gets a block. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. A first down for the offense. Snap in the shotgun. Firing to the right, complete. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. They built this this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. They'll try the run. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Nice job by the defense, just being very sound, understanding what they were seeing, and going and getting it. A lot of times these running backs force missed tackles and make you miss and make big plays. This defense did a good job of not letting that happen.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
He locked up and held on to bring him down.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
On 3rd down, going up top. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Slips through the line. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. A defense scoops it up, and they're bringing it back. Touchdown, Arkansas! And the defense doing work.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
He gets in there for the 2-point conversion, and now it's a 3-possession game. They're just about to kick it off after that scoop and score 6. Bringing it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. The give to the tailback. They believe in that running game, got 6 before he stopped at the 23.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Finds the tight end. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark.
I'll say this, man, in college football you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
Now looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 26. To the ground to try to move the chains. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Fires to the tight end. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. He wants to throw. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again. Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. Looking for a deep man. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Well, the defense comes away with the pick there with their nickel personnel. I think moving forward, if you're on offense, when you see that personnel in the field, you want to run the ball against it because you've got smaller guys out there. Or if
going downfield for the big play. And it's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Oregon! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering.
38, Arkansas.
On the run from inside his own 5. And didn't find much room at all as he'll go out of bounds at the 12. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in there. Going for the big play. Makes the grab on the left side. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
and you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Brought down at the 25-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup, and this offense is threatening. They're down to the 25 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. Snags it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Man, he looks like he's in a rhythm on this drive, right? 3 for 3. He's going where he needs to go with the football. The defense doesn't have any answers for him. Find the offense.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Razorbacks.
A nice job by this offense, putting the scoring drive together. And now listen, it's not even halftime yet, so keep fighting. Going to halftime, regroup. We found a little something on this drive. See if we can cut into this lead and continue to make this game closer and closer.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Here's the handoff. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Razorbacks will boot it away to start the second half. on the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They'll start the third quarter with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You got to put some hits on him, those body blows, so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed this bad.
This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. And the Ducks will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Looking for a block. It's Brown. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. The offense set for a first down play. He'll start this drive firing. Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
Scanning the field, it's Singleton. Getting some heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
One of the big risks about being in an empty set is that you don't have tight ends or running backs helping you out in pass protection. And that time the quarterback got hit right before he let it go, and that's why that ball fell incomplete.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. He wants to throw it. Looking left. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football. Turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. And the Razorbacks have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw it again. Unloads to the wideout. And it's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. That's why you love veterans in this defense. They stay locked in on their rules, and he made the pick. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
2nd down coming up. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Wants to throw on 2nd down. Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be 3rd down.
Man, those are frustrating because you know you're supposed to catch that. You're supposed to secure it. It's going to happen, but it's just frustrating for those receivers. Just tap the chest. My bad, dog.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the ball is intercepted. Still on his feet. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Out of the gun, the inside give. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass, it's Singleton. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Have a day, young fella. 2 interceptions already? That's 3, 4, 5, 6 games for some people. A hot start, catching the football. He's acting like he's playing wide receiver out there. I might think about trying a different DB.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback will audible. On 2nd down, looking to throw. Gets it out fast. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He finds his man. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Power football with the run. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Pulls and fires complete to the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Throwing right. There were serious revolutions on that 3rd down pass, but it's incomplete.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Colorado steamrolled its way to victory today. They scored off turnovers, they scored on gadget plays, an all-around masterpiece that'll give the folks in Boulder a ton of confidence. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over it. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Trying to impose their will with the run. Shakes off the tackler. Follows that surge up front. He's got 5 out to the 13.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score touchdowns.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Try to get it on the ground. Tackle is made after the 1st down.
And I got to be ready mentally and physically. Mentally, I got to know exactly where the sticks are. 4th and 2. Can't dilly-dally around. Got to run physical. Got to break tackles. Got to go through people. Whatever I need to do to get that 2 yards. Nice job running the football.
To the ground. He's got it again. Ball is loose. Oh, and he's able to get back on top of it just in the nick of time. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. He's looking to throw it. Dumps it to the back. And the senior would love to have that one back. Just a little too much on the pass.
At this point in the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Going up top. And he makes the catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Arkansas! And once he got loose, it was all over.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy shows you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to the ground with the running back. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. Bully ball on 3rd and short. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the 1st down.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, you know what time it is. It's about the big boys up front. You got to give me a little bit of space, a little crack. You just can't give up that penetration so my running back can fall forward just like that and get the 1st down.
Fires deep on the run. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on 1st down.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
He's got the back in the middle. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big 1st down.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay.
Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the 1st down. The Ducks will have it 1st and 10. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Ducks! And the route is on.
Loving what I'm seeing from this offense this week. And talking to them, they felt like last week's win was a lot closer than what it should have been. They didn't play to their full potential, but they did that here in this game. When they're hitting on all cylinders, they are scary.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Makes a move. He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Looking downfield, it's Singleton. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, trailing this much in the 4th quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Pressure coming. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
It's got to be frustrating to be this quarterback in this game, too. He just has never had confidence being able to step up in the pocket and deliver throws. When he gets flushed, they're still taking away all the throws down the field. It's just been one of those days.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. He was showing off those wide receiver skills out of the backfield, making that diving grab.
And if you're going to be a running back nowadays, you're going to the wide receiver drills during practice. Like, you have to be a weapon that we can use all over the field. And you see why. He's got mitts. He looks like a wide receiver.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, and still short of the 1st down.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Complete downfield. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a space. And it's his 4th interception of the game. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. The give to the right. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
On 3rd and short, the power run here. And he gets the 1st down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
Man, this offense would really like to lean on this guy in the 4th quarter, right? They've got the lead, and you just saw his ability there, breaking a tackle. He looks like he's getting stronger as the game goes on. I'd expect him to get a few more carries here before this game's over.
Still on his feet at the 35. And he's brought down after a nice gain. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
It's another first down for the offense.
Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan meet face, ball game over.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA